officers report to Turtle Bay. Over.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to more Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4. Last time, we started our quest to finish off, there you go, the remaining Taskmaster missions, and in this episode we're going to finish them off and actually have our second fight with Taskmaster. So, in this mission, we're actually going to be fighting just some of the goons. I don't know if these guys work for Taskmaster, if they're just random thugs who are in cahoots with them, or I don't know. Maybe they're just random thugs who are in the city. I do like the little riot sticks. They look like lightsabers. Clearly, what this series, what these Spider-Man games need, are Jedis who Spider-Man could fight. And to be fair, with Kingdom Hearts, that is possible. If they ever decide to add both Marvel and, Star Wars, which I do know, technically Marvel is in Kingdom Hearts, because there's Big Hero 6 and Cage 3, and Xemnas does have lightsabers that comes out of his hands, which, spoilers, I'm assuming Xemnas is dead and never coming back. I hope he's not coming back, even though he is my favorite, KH villain, but still, it technically does count. Because Big Hero 6 is a Marvel property. Which I don't know how I feel about that. Big Hero 6 is an okay movie. It's one of those movies, I loved it the first time I watched it, but when I rewatched it, I didn't like it as much. And it's not even that Big Hero 6 is bad. I think the thing with Big Hero 6 is the setting is more interesting than the actual characters in it. Besides Hero and Baymax, it's more Baymax than Hero. What do you really remember most from that movie? It's probably the scenery, because, San Francisco is a really cool place, to look at visually. But it's I remember, Hero, the characters, I remember Hero, Baymax, because Baymax is awesome, and Fred. And that's mostly because Fred's in that movie, he has a lot of jokes in it. And that's about it. I remember there's that guy in it who has, the lightsaber hands, and he's voiced by Cyborg from Teen Titans, because that's his voice. Literally, I think that voice, I can't think of the voice actor's name, but for all of his voices, he uses the same voice, and he's like Cyborg in every role he's in. Which, to be fair, if it works for him, it works for him. Cyborg's probably his biggest role, and it's probably his best, in my opinion, because Cyborg's awesome in Teen Titans. I haven't seen Justice League, but still. It is just, he uses that a lot. But that's kind of my issue. I like Big Hero 6. It's an okay movie, but it's not one of my favorite, Disney / Marvel movies, I guess. But it's good, I guess. It's got that good Fall Out Boy song. That's all it needs, I guess, in my opinion. But it's a fun movie, But, I don't know if I'd ever want to see, Marvel properties in Kingdom Hearts. It's something I probably should say for, a Kingdom Hearts LP. Wink, wink, shouldn't just sneeze. Maybe coming within the next year. But still, I don't know, really what... Because, I don't want to see, I don't want, the MCU to be recapped in KH, because I don't want that. I think it would be dumb, even though an Iron Man Keyblade would be amazing, or an Infinity Gauntlet Keyblade. Either one could be great, but still, I just don't want that. I think it's too much. It's why I don't want Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts. I know, they were gonna do, that Rebels show. It was gonna be, a world for, the phone game, and I'm glad they didn't do that, because I don't want Star Wars. As cool as a Darth Vader Seeker boss would be, I don't want it in the game.
Another low-information Spider fanboy tried to troll me, as the young people say, by claiming Spider-Man was providing a public service plugging leaks in water towers. Let me tell you why this itsy-bitsy-brain spider was climbing this particular water spout, people. Because he tampered with the water pressure system. He was seen earlier messing with a valve that only qualified workers are supposed to use. Wake up, America! Spider-Man creates the problems he then solves, then expects you to reward him with your adoration. The sad thing is, all too many do.
Wake up, sheeple. It's Spider-Man's problem. Hurricane Katrina, blame Spider-Man. 9/11, Spider-Man. The third thing, Spider-Man, It's all Spider-Man's fault. What can I say? I probably shouldn't have said 9/11 because that's really bad and poor taste. But still, it technically does. Oh my god, I went right by the American flag when I did that. It's a sign. But like, it is kind of ironic and I guess fitting because it would have been more fitting if I was wearing the Sam Raimi suit. But I know originally, one of the first, is either a trailer or a poster for the first Sam Raimi movie had Spider-Man like swinging or like crawling around the Twin Towers, and obviously that had to be removed because 9/11 happened. But it's still like interesting to think about. You know, and obviously they did that because they always did like the if you ever watch those movies, you know they do like the American flag scene in every movie. Like in the first movie he like swings by one. I can't think of what the second one is. I know in the third movie he's swinging, he lands right in front of it, and you see like waving in the background. That's the one that sticks out the most to me. I guess because it's so like in your face about it, and I get like during that time period we just had 9/11, and that was obviously a really big deal. I'm not gonna get into that because I will offend someone. Not like a conspiracy, but you know, I just don't want to bring it up because this isn't the time or place for this. It's not what this channel's for. But still, it is a really tragic event, and I get why they did do it because like at that time, the nation's pride and being together was such a big deal, and it still is a big deal. It's affected countless lives, you know. And I never said, but and I should have kind of like quickly during the Miles thing. And this is something I admittedly did not know about this game. You can go and collect newspapers in this game. I never knew that, and the reason for this, why I never actually went and got these, is because when I'm rolling through the city, I'm always web slinging, so I never think of like, hey, I'm gonna go on the ground and look for this. But yeah, and it is actually fitting because there's an Easter egg in this game. Well, there's two. There's one I surprisingly have not brought up yet, and I will do it after I do this.
Need to stop those mercenaries fast.
There actually is an Easter egg if you go by a pizza place. They will play the pizza theme from the Spider-Man 2 video game, which I didn't know about when I first played this game, but I have since gone to it, and it's kind of awesome. And the other one is one that a lot of people likely do know about. It's when he was either a developer or a guy who was friends with developers. Had an Easter egg put in where he was going to use a sign. I think it was like a movie sign, like displaying like upcoming movies or movies that were playing that day, and it said like "Will you marry me?" or something. And sadly, that guy, I think the girl who he wanted to get married to, cheated on him, and people made fun of him, which I don't think is cool because cheating's wrong. You should never cheat on anybody. It's a sad thing. It sucks to go through. And I felt bad for the guy. I know I got patched out. I can show it, but I'm gonna choose not to. And I know I don't know the person. Nobody's gonna go after him, but like respect for this person, I won't do it because it does suck, and I feel bad for the guy on that. It's really sad. But yeah, that happened. It was a pretty big deal when this game first came out. Felt bad for him, but I thought I would just mention it because I'm sure people know about it. It's one of those things I feel like we should talk about. I don't know where to go on from this, but yeah. I think this is the last taskmaster mission. It's just a big gauntlet. I think this is probably maybe the second hardest next to that stealth mission we did in the last episode. But that's, even then, it's not too difficult. Like I said, countless, voice messed up. Countless times in the past, you Spider Bro, you should be good. Time for Hurricane Rana. Boom. That poor guy's neck had to be broken in half. By God, he's broken in half. But yeah, I don't find these missions very hard. Like the Taskmaster missions as a whole, they're not too difficult. They're just kind of a thing to have things to do in the game. I would honestly rather be doing something else, but at least they have variety to them, as opposed to like maybe the Mook, like missions like the gauntlets, I guess. But even then. But as like little missions, there's stuff to do. If you want to test your scores or recommend it, I'd actually say they're better than most of the other little missions you can do, just because I feel like the reward for it is pretty good. Because like, I'm gonna spoil this, but we're gonna be having an upcoming fight with the Taskmaster himself. I think it's right after this, but still, I'm glad that you at least get something out of it, as opposed to like, let's say, the Black Cat stuff, which you get a suit from that, which is cool, but it's more like, why can't I fight Black Cat? You know, that'd be cool. Or you just have like a chase, which I guess they have the DLC for, but even then, it's just like, why can't I go like do something with Black Cat, actually?
And Spidey takes the silver
it's
in the
whatever.
Crazy Psycho Olympics.
And yes, the Crazy Psycho Olympics. Not as good as the Dunder Mifflin Olympics, but still pretty great. Going for the gold and all that, you know. Well, I got the silver, but next time, we're going for the gold. Even though there's not a next time, because we're never going to be doing this again. But if I ever replay, well, whenever I replay this game again, I'm going to go for the gold, so, yeah. I'm an overachiever. I don't really know what to add.
If you know my moves, you know I'm gonna wreck you.
Surprise me, if you can.
You may as well call me Ralph, Taskmaster, because I'm about to wreck you. So, the second Taskmaster fight is pretty similar to the first one. I actually think this fight is easier than the first fight, because when I first played this game, I died to Taskmaster on the first fight, but I beat him in the second one. In this one, I don't think he's as hard. I think he has a lot more health. At least to me, it seems like he does. In the LP, I definitely have more trouble in the second fight, at least like killing him. Not killing him, beating him. Kill people. But still, it is cool. And Simon does actually repeat some dialogue from the first fight, like he does go like the laser sword, oddly. But even then, he does have some like similar things to the last fight. He'll do his little teleportation thing, he'll dodge all of your moves. Web shots won't work at him, so don't even try that. But yeah, that's about it. I don't know if his little like shockwave move is new. I don't think it is. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Like if that's a reference to like the Spider-Punk finisher or what it is, but it reminds me of it. And as you probably just saw a few seconds ago, if you knock him off of the building and you're still on it, he will like throw like the electric web capture thing at you, and just like momentarily so he can get back up there and do a quick attack, but you can dodge it pretty easily.
I don't know if you were paid to kill me or recruit me, but you kind of suck at both.
You can do a job fast, or you can do it right.
He can't block, he's incapacitated.
But my main thing I recommend doing is really just using your spider sense and letting him get up close to you, and then dodging, so you can, well, then do that, but he hit me that time. But once you do it, he like shoots him with a web, you can just hit him. It takes longer to do it that way, but it's a safer method. So I definitely probably recommend that more if you want to just be safe. But it's still not hard. Like, once you if you have a spider bro activate or something else, you're gonna be fine, because they'll do a lot of damage. You also have the spider drones at this point, and they're kind of like a mini, I guess they're like Spider Bro, but they're not like as good of a Spider Bro. It's kind of just like a random like weapon you have. So I do recommend that as well. Just don't use like your web shooters, because you're not gonna get anything out of it. He'll just slice them up, you know, slice and dice. You know, reference to the 2003 or 4 or whatever Ninja Turtles game on the GameCube and PS2. I think it's on the Xbox as well. But that's a fun game. Definitely want to do that for an LP, because I have a lot of fun memories with that. But still, slice and dice. Oh no, I'm about to die. I should have let him take me down to the streets. That sounds weird. So that way I could actually have shown like him getting into the streets. This fight's about over though. Like I said, not very difficult. I do like Taskmaster. He's pretty cool. Side villain. Pretty glad he's in the game.
School's out, Taskmaster. Why are you stalking me?
An organization hired me to see if you're worth recruiting.
I'd rather be Jonah Jameson's foot masseur than work for anyone who'd hire you.
Your loss. They pay 6 figures. Guess some people just deserve to be poor.
6 figures? Nah,